In today's video, we're going to explore a period makeup that is very stylized, and my model for today is Erynn. For this particular foundation or application, we will be using a porcelain-based foundation to give that white appearance to Erynn's skin. For this particular application, I'm not looking for a white coverage. I am looking to have a translucent so I can see some skin poking through. Working with white can be a difficult product to work with at times, so you have to ask yourself, are you looking for a translucent, transparent appearance, or are you looking for a complete saturated appearance of your makeup application? There is a variety of things, and depending on what product you use can give you different results. There are a large variety of white foundations that exist within the makeup industry. Here I'm looking for a little bit of that translucent quality because I'm trying to see a little bit of that skin coming through, but I'm looking for that porcelain. I have not worked a day in my life finished to the skin. Now I'm rubbing my hands together and I'm going through, and in this particular makeup application you should be able to see any demarcations pretty clearly from residue from your sponge or an area or a line that exists. So the warmth of my hands is just going to help blend out any imperfections in the skin, and then patting and dabbing in with a sponge any areas that may be a little lighter than I would like them to be. For this particular makeup application, I'm now using a powder puff and setting the face with powder, but in this instance I'm actually using a pigmented powder, so I am using a powder that actually has some white pigment into it that will help make the face look a little whiter in its appearance. So I'm not using a clear translucent powder, but a pigmented powder that actually has white pigment to it. And any area that is appearing a little bit too translucent, after powdering, I'm just going in and retouching with some foundation, and then I will do another layer of setting powder. Here I'm just using my ring finger, just going through and tapping underneath the eyes to blend out the product, and going with a second round of translucent powder. So this is not quite as translucent. Adding 2 layers of foundation with powder is making it a little bit more opaque, but I'm still not looking for a true opaque skin where I can't see skin come through, but I am looking for something more than just a light translucent area. I want it to have that powdered skin appearance. Makeup in the in this particular period of time was a lead-based makeup, so it actually did have this white-based powder look to it. So it's just a recreation of a stylized makeup. A makeup like this would be used in an example of a show like maybe School for Scandal, something that is going to be a little bit over the top, very characterized style of makeup. And I'm starting my brows in the natural shape of where Erynn's brows start, but then I'm overpainting her brows to create a much more stylized artificial brow placement. This is also going to give our eyes a larger expressive opening by overpainting the brows. I'm going to repeat on the other side. Here I'm just using an angled brush and visually kind of tracing out the line that I'm looking for. After establishing the shape and definition of the brows, I'm now moving into eyeliner. Here I'm just using an eyeliner pencil starting underneath the eye. I'm working my way from the inside corner to the outer edge, and from the outer edge back to the inside corner, working underneath the eye and not working in the waterline itself. And then I'm just going to trace from the outer edge of the eye to the inside corner of the eye with the same pencil. And then here I'm using that same brush that I used in my brows just to smooth out my application line of my eyeliner. And now I'm going in and cutting the crease of Erynn's eye utilizing a blue eyeshadow. I'm just trying to give some soft edges to the application. So I'm kind of just smoking out my shadow with that same brush to blend and soften my edges. Now I'm going in with a darker shade of blue just to the outer corner of the eye, just to give a little bit of a heavier weight appearance or a more dimensional shape to the eye. And I'm going to kind of blend that to the inside, but my focus here is to kind of keep a lot of that darker color right to the outer edge. And now I'm going to go in with a frosty color just to give me a little bit more of a contrast into the lid, and I'm going to give it right on the lid area of the eye as well as into the brow bone to give a brow highlight. Now I'm attaching some lashes to help define and shape Erynn's eye. And I start with my lashes by adding a small bead of glue to the back of my hand. I run my strip through that bead of glue, and then using a pair of tweezers, I'm going to apply it right into the lash line above Erynn's lashes. So here you can see I have the glue already attached, utilizing my tweezers to place my lashes, and then using the end of a lash tweezer just to kind of firmly push it into place. Lash glue is a latex-based glue, so for those of you who may have latex allergies, I advise testing glue on your skin. And then it just may take a moment for your glue to adhere, but latex-based glues stick to itself, so live product sticks to live product. So if it's still a little wet, just wait till it dries and then it will stick to itself. Now I'm going in with my mascara spoolie, starting on the bottom of the lashes, and just defining the bottom edge of my lashes, utilizing a little bit of a zigzag motion. When I work on the bottom lashes, it's easiest if Erynn looks in an upward direction so she's not looking at the spoolie itself. And then when I do the bottom lashes, having her look in a downward direction so that slightly closes her lid a little bit more and gives me access to applying the mascara, using that same rolling / zigzag motion to apply mascara into both sets of her lashes as well as the false lashes that have been applied. Now I'm moving into some cheek tone. Here I'm just taking a strong pink shade and I'm really just focusing on the apples of the cheek, and I'm looking for that porcelain baby doll appearance. So just a strong circular shape to the cheek. Here I'm not looking for like a contour shape as much as I am that rosy circular porcelain appearance to Erynn's cheeks. And now I'm going to be working on developing a cupid bow lip to Erynn's lip. So I'm going to be going through and defining my shape utilizing a lip pencil. I'm trying to overpaint that upper lip ever so slightly to create a little bit more of a rounded heart shape appearance. And then I'm following that shape that I've created and painting that underlip. And I'm going to be filling in those edges a little bit with my lip pencil as I'm working. And here I'm actually reinforcing it with a lip color that is a pencil and lip color all in one. This gives me a little bit greater control of my product, using my lip pencil to kind of fill in that area and then just going and reinforcing that lip color with my lip pencil stick. Here I'm adding a mousse to Erynn's face, or a mole. And here I'm going to add more of a stylized piece. Say this particular character may be playing a game of cards, and she's putting like a spade on her face. And maybe on the other side of her face, she's putting another suit of card, so that she could actually take some time and comedically cheat with her mates that she might be playing cards with at the table. Here I'm adding a wig cap to Erynn's hair and prep for the wig that I will be applying. I'm going to ask Erynn to give me her 2 thumbs to help me give placement line for the wig. And then I'm going to kind of pull it into place. So there were parts of the makeup that I interfered with the wig. Normally I would go in with my foundation and recreate things, but for the purpose of this makeup application, I'm just simply going to hide some of those by taking in some hairpins, because this is for an example, and just to kind of change that hairline a little bit in preparation for the finale of the makeup. And now we have our finished makeup application. I would like to thank Erynn, and I hope that you learned something with me today. And remember, if you believe it's possible, you can make it possible.